How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 2, Episode 7 of Daredevil Born Again. This episode is titled The Hateful Darkness. Yeah, last episode was pretty eventful for the most part, especially towards the end. It was the aftermath of Vanessa dying. It was the funeral. Fisk was grieving, and he didn't say a word until the end. Daniel was tasked with kind of outing BB as the leak by kind of tricking her and giving her information about Fisk only having one term, but let's be honest, we all know he's only going to have one term anyway, so it doesn't really matter, just so he'd out BB. And BB decided not to report on that. However, Daniel did find the SD card because for some reason she's kept it in her coat. He's worried that Buck is going to hurt her, like he can't protect her anymore. But we also got to see Daniel's mother too, which could be a sign of things to come, right? Like, we spent a lot of time with Daniel last episode, so I'm wondering if they're going to set him up to be killed or to fight Buck or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, we also had an argument between Karen and Matt, obviously when it comes to Bullseye / Dex. Obviously Karen wants to kill him, take that weight off of Matt, but obviously Matt doesn't want her to do that either, and she just is so angry and upset that he's choosing his enemies over his friends and the people that love him, and that's how she feels. Obviously, Matt disagrees with that it's just not who Matt is. Matt doesn't want to kill people. That's against who he is as a person. He'll fuck them up, he'll give them brain damage and break their limbs and stuff, but that's about it. We also had some weird fucking scene with Heather and Buck, where Heather choked out Buck. A bit weird. And she also stole Vanessa's earring, which funnily enough was red. And then the episode ended with protesters that were from Red Hook and that escaped Red Hook out, front of City Hall. They released the videos of what happened to them, and then also we found out that the governor is pulling out, wants Fisk out of City Hall, and she's pulling out her backing or whatever because of Charles. And then we had a great scene at the end with Matt and Fisk fighting and just beating the shit out of each other, letting their frustrations out. Because it amounted to nothing, like Fisk said, "Arrest me. You cannot kill me. You will not." So, yeah. It was probably the best choreographed fight between Fisk and Daredevil, to be honest. And then also, the big thing, Jessica Jones is back. She's got a daughter, potentially with Luke Cage. Her powers are in and out. She helped Matt take out the weapons. And then the episode ended with Karen being arrested by Powell. Or being caught by Powell. She's not getting arrested yet, but I assume that's where we're going, to be honest. Yeah. Overall, I'm excited to see where we go in this one, in terms of, what's going to happen to Karen, Matt finding out that Karen's been arrested. Is he going to break her out? Who knows? Is Fisk going to kill her? Probably not, because I've seen pictures of her on set for Season 3, so I think she's safe. that about sums it all up. So let's stop dilly-dallying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode.
Protect me from what?
From him.
From him.
Buck.
Let's bring this hero home.
Oh, well, that's kind of spoilers. I guess they're gonna find Matt.
Karen fucking Page.
Fucking Powell. Where's Frank, dude? I hope they have a very good explanation as to where Frank Castle is. Oh, is that Avengers Tower? Well, not really Avengers Tower anymore, but Did that say spider? He's gonna see one's missing, right? Now the flower's dead. Wait, are they actually booking her? Why are they not just taking her to Red Hook? Oh shit. Is someone gonna question why he's caught up? I guess they could just say it was a boxing match, right?
You have taken people from me,
Well, just Wesley.
and you are a criminal.
Well, so are you.
Worse, love.
What the fuck? Ha!
You know, I've never seen you scared before.
He's good. He could just grab you through that.
Kind of like it.
Yep.
Order.
Oh, he could just.
You have one phone call. Choose it wisely.
Why is he doing it legit? Like, surely he would have just put him in bed hug, right? Yeah, so did that, like, tape thing say, like, spider around it? Why? Oh. Hello, Charles.
Good morning, sunshine.
Jessica, I would never hurt you. I love children.
You listen to me. If you
The little birdie said your powers ain't what they used to be.
Well, they're in and out.
I am the only one that can connect you with Luke. He's doing the Lord's work, so you don't have to.
What? So Luke's working for Charles?
The governor wants Fisk out.
good. That's great news.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, except he just went apeshit on his own voters.
Well, he's going to kill the governor.
Fisk is gonna kill the governor.
Yep.
That's what Charles suggested.
He's going to get Buck to do it.
And we're on another rooftop.
I mean, we're always on a rooftop.
Hey,
Oh, what's up, Cherry?
Go on.
It's been a while since we've seen him.
If he was gonna hurt her, he'd have done already.
I mean, he technically did her.
He's making it legal.
You sticking around?
I haven't decided yet.
He said he needs you.
Nice to meet you, Cherry.
You too. Matt,
What was that dialogue so weird?
I did what I came here to do.
No, she'll be back. She'll be back.
The city needs you.
That was a weird scene. I feel like a lot of the scenes don't have time to breathe. He's letting them out. Why does he still wear the mask? Bullseye knows he's seen your face.
You wanted one good deed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something to balance the scales. I hate you for Father Lantern, for Agent Nadine.
Nadeem! I love how they just connected to the Netflix shit.
Disappear, die, I don't care.
Die, I don't care.
You know I can't make any promises, right?
Well, it's either one thing. Get Karen out, or stop Fisk from killing the governor. It's Frank. Imagine. Oh shit! Mahoney, dude! That's what I'm talking about! Fuck Cherry, dude!
What are you doing?
Come with me.
I mean, he can't let her out, otherwise he's gonna get into shit. Does Brett know who he is?
We all gotta stop meeting up like this.
I have to stay. I have to face him in court. I don't know what's going on in his mind, but he's scheming and he's planning and he's way the hell ahead of us. I just don't think we can run.
He's unpredictable right now. He's got nothing to lose.
That means there'll be cameras. No, no.
Wait, is he gonna out himself as Daredevil? Or is he gonna, like, show up as Matt Murdock?
All right, time's up. Let's go.
I mean, if he outs himself as Daredevil, isn't that kind of like fucking over Fisk? Because, like, the man that saved Fisk's life is Daredevil, the man that's trying to stop him.
Well, sir, given the time crunch.
All of them.
Right. Sir,
Oh,
Sir, you asked to see me?
might need a little of your expertise on this trial, if I may.
man, get out of here.
Lawyers use words to twist the truth.
I think I know what you mean.
Of course you do. I don't think that's why he wanted to see you, though. I think he knows she stole Vanessa's, like, earring.
Accepted love as a prison. Never expected to be in it alone.
This is gonna hurt. We don't know when or
If it gets better.
to end.
I appreciate your words.
However, you stole Vanessa's jewelry. Yeah. Also, it's just interesting that it's red, too.
I'd like to think I have more self-control than that.
Not anymore, you don't. I mean, I've seen the set pictures of season 3. It's kind of hard to avoid that picture. We know what's coming for her character. I think Matt's gonna show up here, right? There's cameras, there's the public. This is what I said, the only way to stop Fisk is to do it in the public's eye. Oh,
shit back? No.
Your city without fear bullshit? It fucked us. So what? You were working with Karen Page?
I started the BB report in my dorm room, and you turned it into some plastic commercial for fascist New York. Clearly, you didn't see City Without Fear. That's complaining.
True.
He killed my uncle.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
It was a good fight, though, between them both. Ben Urich versus Wilson Fisk.
Buck Cashman is waiting for me to hand you over to him.
Wait, so did Daniel tell him? Why doesn't he just lie to Buck and just say it's not her?
We should probably get out of here.
Yeah, we probably should.
We're going to Buck.
You need a safe house.
What are you, Jason Bourne?
No, just... I have a friend, a finance buddy, works mostly in Hong Kong. I'll text him.
Is he bullshitting? Yep.
Do you think Karen Page knows drawing her comrades into the line of fire?
So is he expecting Matt to show up? I mean, there's cameras here. Like, they can't just kill him.
All rise.
Should I rise? No? Huh.
Your Honors.
Apparently he was in Jessica Jones. Not the character, but the actor.
I could argue the illegitimacy of this court.
Hmm?
You have a duty to this.
Why are the
and you
AVTF
have a
here?
duty to...
Because I guess she's a vigilante.
I'd like to bring in my co-counsel.
It's Matt.
But already calling for backup?
Wait, so Kirsten's seen Matt?
Matthew Murdock for the defense, Your Honors.
There we go. Fuck you, Fisk. He probably planned for this. Because he talks about comrades, leading your comrades into the line of fire. He definitely planned for this. Yeah, look at him. Or did he? He looked kind of pissed there, I don't know.
Sounds serious.
As a heart attack.
Come on, man, that's a low blow.
I got these in a firefight with Daredevil and Frank Castle.
Why were you there?
We were performing a welfare check.
On a blind lawyer?
With assault rifles and MRAP personnel carriers?
Why did we not see a scene of Kirsten seeing Matt again?
I was told she drove the getaway vehicle.
You were told.
You were told. Did he tell you to kill Hector Ayala? Or maybe that was Mayor Fisk.
Objection. Immaterial, misleading.
Holtberg looked like so into that because he was like, oh shit, objection.
There's no jury to play to here.
Sure about that, Your Honor?
The public of the jury. Uh-oh. She's gonna get shot or something?
You know, it's not just Fisk and Buck. It's me too. I went upstate with Buck. We buried a body.
Why would you tell that?
And I wish I didn't know I did that. But I can't have anyone else knowing I did that.
Then why the fuck did you tell her?
Theodore! Is this really the person you want to
Isn't
be?
Buck already there? Couldn't you just come outside and shoot her?
Fuck! Come on, come on.
I get these conflicted, but like that was a quick turnaround. Like right outside where Buck is. Damn, is Daniel cooked? Is he gonna die? I don't know why you just didn't say to Buck it's not her.
Cameras are off, sir.
The fucking back and forth between Matt and Powell is hilarious. I still want Powell to die though. Frank. Oh, the aspect ratio changed again. Jesus. What? Where did Matt go? And he got... What just happened? That was so all over the place. And he got shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, you couldn't tell where the car was in terms of distance. Like, what the fuck was that? Why was it in slow-mo too? Is this Bullseye or is this... No, this is Fisk's guy, I guess. I guess Buck isn't gonna go to kill her. One good deed. Yeah. Why would he kill him though? Matt wouldn't want that. Oh, he didn't kill him. He's just giving brain damage. One good fucking deed. Not a redemption. Just something to balance the scales. I like that shot. God, that's such a great shot. Daniel's cooked. Why didn't Daniel just say it's not her?
Fuck you, Buck.
Why would he confront him like that, though? Ah, was that kidney? Man.
Miss Page. It's nice to finally meet you.
Oh, God. The way she slid into that shot.
You know, the Minnesota multiphasic personality inventory is out of date. I'm in love with this man.
Why are you trying to get under her skin?
I fall asleep in bed next to him, totally unsure of who he is.
The fucking music.
It's also totally hot.
What? I mean, I guess.
What kind of person kills their own brother?
Oh, come on.
Did you feel powerful when you murdered James Wesley?
Yeah.
Frank Casso?
Fuck. You were friends with Vanessa Fisk, weren't you?
I'm not answering any personal questions. That's unprofessional.
Oh, okay, that's why you draw the line. Oh, shit.
That really
that shot. Yep.
Is that all you got?
We should do this some other time.
I can't wait.
Why would he take the gloves off to use a gun? He went back to church, what? Where did he get shot? Did he get shot in the stomach or something?
How long till you're on the floor with a gun pointed at your head?
Please pray for me that God come to me in my hour of need.
Oh, well, there's Jessica.
Amen.
Oh, I think yeah, there's blood coming out. I mean, you can tell that really affected Buck. Damn, that's why they end it. Right, how the fuck are we gonna wrap this up next week? I feel like so much needs to happen next week. I mean, I feel like it was inevitable that Daniel would die. Sucks though. Especially since, he just had his birthday. And now his mother's like all alone. Why? I feel like Daniel could have... It was so stupid. Couldn't he have just said to Buck that it wasn't her? Like, the whole point was to use the fake lie thing, right? Like telling BB about Fisk only doing one term, which is more than likely going to happen anyway. She didn't do it. And then obviously Daniel found out that she was the person that was using the City Without Fear videos, right? So maybe just because he knows that information and he's not a good liar and he's conflicted. But the whole idea of that is just, he could have just lied to Buck and just said it's not her. I told her and nothing's come out. And then he tells BB that he buried a body, and then he's like, I can't let anyone else know that I've buried a body. You just told her that. You could have just not told her. Does she deserve to die for just making these videos online? No. I think it was kind of obvious they were going to kill Daniel off. They spent a lot of time with him, especially this season. I think he was a good character. A very conflicted character. I'm curious to see what they do with Buck next episode then. I don't expect Buck to live long. Right? Considering how Brand New Day goes, right? Sheila's mayor. Fisk ain't going to be mayor much longer. So I doubt Buck's going to stay around unless he runs or something. Maybe Daniel's advice kind of sticks with him, right? How long's it going to be until you're on the floor with a gun pointed at your head? I think he did great though, Michael Gandolfini. I thought at first I was like, did he kill him? Because it's did the bullet go past him? But then he just stopped moving, and then you could see the blood on the floor coming out. So he's definitely dead. And it wouldn't make sense. Buck purposely misses and then has tears in his eyes. It wouldn't really make sense. I am curious what's going to happen with Buck though next episode. But yet again, like I said, next episode, so much needs to happen. Fisk needs to lose his mayorship, be defeated in some kind of way. The Powell stuff, the, getting Karen out of prison, where they're going to go with the Heather shit, what's going to happen with Bullseye. I don't know how they're going to manage to do all that, and I think next week is a 50-minute episode. How are you going to cover all that in a 50-minute episode without it feeling rushed? Because I said it this episode, that scene on the roof just felt like there was something up with the dialogue, and it just felt like it was very I guess fan servicey would be the right word. like, big fan of your work. You know, the city needs you. And it's like, I get it, but it just kind of felt awkward with the way the dialogue went back and forth. Almost like the scenes have no time to breathe, really. Because, like, we're jumping from one thing to the next. And, like, the scene with getting Kirsten out of the court made no sense. Also, why are they going out of the parking garage when they could have just, you know, gone through the main entrance where the public are? Because that's the way Kirsten came in. So why is she going out through the parking garage? And then, like, how did Matt... That whole scene was so shit. I'm sorry. But, like, the car coming in, and then it was in slow-mo, and then it was just, like, the car went past Matt, and then it was parked in the middle of the garage, or the car park, or whatever, right? And it's just, like, what? And then, like, Matt passed Kirsten over to Cherry, or, like, the other officers, and then somehow Matt stayed in the same position, like, behind the car. How the fuck... And then got shot. That scene was all over the place. And then he threw his cane into a window. Or the windshield. Like, I don't know. That was weird. I don't know, though. This episode, to me, just doesn't really feel like a penultimate episode. I guess, now that I think about it, maybe it does. Because, like, I'm looking back at Season 3. And Season 3, funnily enough, Agent Nadeem, he died. Right? In the Season 3 penultimate episode. And they just mentioned in this episode... Right? And they've killed Daniel off. So maybe they could wrap it up in a way. But I just feel like so much... Like, because there's so many moving parts. Like, there's the Mr. Charles stuff. There's Bullseye. Like, what's he going to do? Is he just going to disappear next episode? Like, he hasn't... Like, sure, he killed Vanessa, but, like... I don't know. Like, I'm kind of just slightly disappointed, like, with what Fisk's doing. You know, like, I was expecting a little bit more, like, he's going to lose his shit, you know? Like, there's no line he won't cross now. But he's very tame. And like I said, like, this episode felt like it didn't have a lot of breathing room because the episode was a bit shorter. It kind of applies to just this whole season. Like, if the season had, like, 10 episodes, maybe there'd be more time to spend, like, with slower scenes and more dialogue-heavy scenes. Like, okay, they bring Cherry back. Kirsten, I guess, found out that Matt's around. You know, he's back. We didn't have a scene between them two, but I guess that would have kind of ruined the whole, like, him just showing up at court. But then, yet again, that I've seen a lot of people say that it's like this show is very heavily focused on, like, aura moments and hype moments, and not necessarily, like, really good storytelling. And, like, letting the story breathe. And it's kind of true. Like, him coming back to court, it is a hype moment. It's like, oh shit, he's back. Like, he's showing up at court. It was hype, right? But it kind of hurts the fact that we didn't see Kirsten's reaction to him being fine. They had, like, one exchange with each other, and that was, like, Matt saying that they're not leaving, are they? And then Kirsten went, no. And then, obviously, he helped her. And that was it. That was the only exchange they had the whole episode. And then Matt gets shot, goes to church. But, like, even the scene when, like, at the beginning, like, when Matt was on the rooftop listening to shit that was happening, he didn't have a reaction to Karen being arrested. It just seems weird to me. However, we did have Mahoney. I said it last season, all throughout last season. Cherry's definitely a character that was created pre-Overhaul, because they didn't want to connect it to the Netflix series by having Mahoney. So, they had Cherry instead. Mahoney basically would have just done the same thing, but Cherry didn't. And I always complained about how Cherry is just basically a stand-in for Mahoney. Or Brett, right? And now here he is, Brett's here. Brett's back. Love it. I love that they got the actor back. I love that, like, you know, even the dialogue this episode, they connect it a lot to the Netflix shit. Part of me was thinking when, like, Karen says, like, Matt, you can't. I thought he was just going to out himself as Daredevil, because then that would be something that Fisk wouldn't expect. Like, I think Fisk expected Matt to show up at court, but then at the same time, I'm also thinking maybe he didn't. Because, like, after Matt showed up, like, it zoomed in on Fisk's face, and he kind of looked calm at first, and then he kind of looked angry towards the end of that scene. I don't think they were expecting him to show up. But the line of dialogue he had to Buck when he said, you know, Miss Page, is drawing her comrades into the line of fire. You know, all that, right? Does she know she's drawing her comrades into the line of fire? Like, I feel like he knew that was going to happen, right? Surely. But yeah, I mean, as a penultimate episode, I'm kind of mixed on it. I feel like this is one of the weaker ones. Like, it's good. Like, obviously, Daniel dying is big, right? Like, that's a big ending. But for me, it's definitely the weaker episode. Yet again, barely any time with Matt. Like, what did we have? We had him in the court scene. Like, him finally being a lawyer again. Since episode 3 of last season? Well, actually, no. Episode 8 last season. Like, him being a civilian. You know, it's been a while. And he didn't really have that many scenes. He had the scene with Bullseye. He had the scene with Jess. He had the court scene. And then the scene with Karen. And then the church scene. So he had 5 scenes. In a show called Daredevil. Technically 6 if you count, like, him listening at the beginning. And all them scenes, like, were very quick. Like, him coming back to court should have been, like, this big moment. And it was. But I just feel like they should have lingered on it a bit more. Like, they were cutting so much. Like, going for... I feel like the whole... Like, in the Netflix stuff, they would have spent a whole episode on the court shit and the court action. You know? And, like, had... Let the story breathe. And... You know, but then people would have complained about it being filler. But, like, the show is what I've been saying about all the Disney, like, plus Marvel shows, is it feels like everything, it's just too rushed. You know, like, last episode felt like a finale with the way they were having, like, Fisk and Matt fight, but that didn't amount to much. They were just taking out their frustrations out on each other, pretty much. In terms of Daniel dying, though, I do feel like if we're talking side characters and their story arcs in Daredevil, and then being killed off, which is rare, I think Nadeem is like 100 times better than Daniel's arc. Something about, yet again, it's letting the story breathe. That's what they did in the Netflix show. In this, I don't think there was enough time to... Like, you can care about Daniel, but yet again, he wasn't much of a character last season. This season, they fleshed his relationship out with Buck, but it's only, like, we only had, like, a few scenes with them together, right? And then he gets killed off. Because we had the hot dog scene, we had the car scene, pretty much, and then the scene from last episode when he's talking about, like, you know, lying to BB and all that, and then this episode. They've only had 4 scenes. I mean, they've probably had more last season a little bit. It's hard to remember because I've not rewatched season 1 in a bit. But even then, like, considering this season is where they actually started fleshing out the characters a bit more, considering it was the post-overhaul team, 4 scenes. I mean, it's probably like 5 to 6 scenes throughout the whole season. But even that's not a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Also, I feel like we've got to talk about that Karen and Heather scene. It's obvious what they're going to do with her character, you know? I mean, we've been seeing the signs. But considering there's been set pictures of season 3 that kind of tell us where they're definitively going with her character. Not like, oh, they could go there. No, they're going there. I won't say anything more, but if you've seen the set pictures, it was kind of hard to avoid them. I was just scrolling and I just fucking saw them. I should probably stop scrolling, to be honest, but it is what it is. Yeah, that scene was very interesting though, like the fact that, you know, they brought up Karen's past with her brother and all that. That was a good episode, that. I know a lot of people weren't a fan of it when it first came out, because it was like, oh, it's a filler episode because it's spent on Karen, but it was to subvert you, right? Because Karen died in the comics, in the church, right? So it's to subvert you. Like, usually when you spend an episode with a character, that character ends up dying, but it was to kind of be like, haha, gotcha. And then they flipped it, right? Because I think the cover of that comic is like Matt holding Karen in the church. But at the end of the episode, it's actually Karen holding Matt. But it was just a nice little twist. I like what they did with that episode. But I understand why people don't like it, because it's filler. Or it felt like filler, but like definitely not at the end. Some big shit happened at the end of that. But yeah, I mean, the episode was good. It's just, I feel like if we had 2 more episodes left, I think this episode would have been fine. But the fact that it's the penultimate episode does worry me for next episode because of the fact that it's going to feel rushed. And I've said this every single time with Marvel shows, and I've always been right. I do think this episode is the weakest of the past few, but it's not like the worst episode I've ever seen, you know? Like, it's still better than pretty much most of the episodes from last season. But for me, I think the way I'm looking at it is the fact that this is the penultimate episode, and I'm just so worried because we've not spent a lot of time with Matt, and the story's kind of rushed in some parts, but then it slows down in other parts. That next episode is going to feel incredibly rushed compared to the rest of the season, you know? Like, I just can't imagine, like what's going to happen next episode for Fisk to fuck off. Like, they have to wrap up the Mr. Child stuff. They have to... I mean, they don't necessarily have to wrap stuff up, because season 3 is happening. But considering we know for definite that the Mayor storyline for Fisk is ending this season, unless maybe Fisk goes to court and then something happens in court that causes him to lose his mayorship, I don't know. But then he'll just go off the rails. Good episode, just definitely the weakest of the past few. Yeah, I mean, that about sums it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.